Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Chubbs Reviews, where I bring a review every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, we're finally reviewing Wasteland 3. This game, strap in, folks, for this probably decently long video, because this was a decently long game to complete, or to beat, to get to the end. I almost thought about reviewing it before I even got to the end. And yeah, excuse my cats in the background if they make noises and stuff. Um, anyway, the Wasteland 3 is I think it's like CRPG, but I would say it's like a strategy RPG, a top-down view RPG, in which it's kind of like a chessboard, kind of like XCOM or Fire Emblem, Three Houses or whatever. In a sense that it is turn-based. One team goes, the other team goes, and you're like on a chessboard or just a board of tiles, and you move your characters, and they move their characters, and you shoot each other. You got guns, rockets, turrets, all types of stuff. And it's an RPG in the sense that you make your squad. You really make four characters. You start off by making two, and then you make another two, and you can completely make them. You choose stats like barter, which is good for buying and selling stuff. You get more money and stuff like that. You go for your small guns, your heavy guns, and social skills are weird science and nerd stuff and leadership. All types of attributes and attributes and skills and perks. Those are like your three main things. And look at this cat right here. Look at him. What is he doing? But yeah, you got your attributes, your skills, and your perks. Your perks are kind of like, you know, basically perks. The higher your certain attributes or skills are, the more perks you unlock that you can put a perk point into, and unlock things like do more damage with enemies behind cover. So you can really like detail these characters out. Basically, at one point you can have like my main character was me. It was me and my friends. Like I made Matt, much as myself. I was a melee guy that I was also a mechanic, and I was the team leader. I was a leader, mechanic, and a tank and a melee guy. That was me. And then we had like a weird science nerd guy, nerd stuff guy that was good with rockets and explosives. We had a sniper that was sneaky shit and lock picking. It was just stuff like that. You can really build these backstories to these characters. There's stuff like quirks and other stuff when you're customizing your character. Like I said, I've already talked 3 minutes just about the customization, and that stuff's cool. The looks customization wise, not as cool, not as detailed. Kind of looks plain. What's he doing? He's just chilling. But yeah, looks wise, the graphics, not the best. Some characters in the game look better than others down the road. It is an RPG, kind of open world in a sense that you start off by meeting the patriarch, or you get attacked actually in a sense. You're the Arizona Rangers going to meet the patriarch. You get attacked. Then you meet the patriarch, and you go through this deal with him, and oh geez, you pretty much want to make this deal with the patriarch so he sends supplies back to your home in Arizona, and your goal is to capture his three kids, capture or kill. One thing about this RPG is like every decision is like completely up to you, and there are so many decisions and so many consequences. Like that's the thing. Every decision has a consequence. That's this game's charm, and then all that comes with the voice acting too. Every line is voice acted. Every time you click on a person, you're excited to click on them to hear. You instantly can tell if they're like insane, or what their personality is, or what they want from you, or what they offer in like the first 5 seconds of talking to someone. Everyone, and it's just booming with great voice acting and personality. That is 100% what everyone is praising about this game, and that's what it deserves. And the sound, basically sound overall, like the music that kicks on sometimes during battles is just great. I added some of those to my gaming music playlist. You can check it out if you want. Uh, and then just gunfire and the monsters you kind of come up across, and just everything sounds really good. Sometimes you get it's usually top down view the entire game, but sometimes you get up close and personal camera view with certain NPCs. It should have happened more than what it did. It only happens like 5 or 6 times in the entire game, and those times are really cool, and I enjoy those moments so much. They throw like two of them at you right away in the beginning of the game, so it makes you feel like you're gonna see those a lot, and it just doesn't really happen. a lot of people online too are saying this game is like 50 hours long. What the fuck? Okay, like there's no timer for how long the game takes to play. And maybe it did take me 50 hours to complete this game, but it's not because the game is 50 hours long. The game is about 30 to 35 hours long maybe, which is still really good. Um, but this game has tons of technical issues. For a game that doesn't have great uh, visuals, and like the overall like areas do not look the greatest. It is a post-apocalyptic world. You know, you're looking for the patriarch's kids. That's your goal. You get those 3 missions right in the beginning of the game, and they're really high level. They're too high a level for you to go to. One's like level 9. The last one's level like 20. Um, so you learn about all these side missions, and you do tons of side missions. You go to different cities. And there's usually 2 factions in a city, or 2 or 3 factions even sometimes, and you settle a dispute, or you could even just kill off an entire faction if you want, and give another faction control of an area, or you settle the dispute between them, or just you can make tons of decisions. Uh, Sometimes though, there's only like 6 factions in the game that you can actually see their reputation with you for. When there's like 12 factions in the game altogether, but some of them just do not have any like meter for their reputation with you, so like you kind of less inclined to help them for whatever reason. I don't know. I didn't entirely feel that way because I killed off certain groups, and these factions are insanely detailed and cool. Like there's one group of people that worship Ronald Reagan like he's a god, and they build statues of him, and they have like an AI version of him that they worship and talk to. There's cannibals that fly kites, or there's people who fly bodies attached to kites as like a sacrificial thing. There's a clown Mexican gang where they're just very like Hispanic clowns. It's very detailed. This game is hilarious at times. Probably one of the funniest games I've ever played. I mean, not consistently funny. I guess it's pretty consistently funny, but it's just like I've died laughing at some of the lines and some of the voice acting. Like one of the Irish guys in the game, and there's such small roles. You see these characters one time, and they have such a lasting impact on you. Um, so yeah, just praise to that, and it deserves that praise. But the technical issues, man, this game doesn't look like great. It's not a huge game, so why does it have so many fucking technical issues? Like an absurd amount of crashing on console, especially PS4. It's not just my PlayStation. It's been happening to my brother. If you do your research online, it has some technical issues on PC as well. But it has, like, people are downplaying it. This game crashes 50 fucking times in my playthrough, at least. I mean, I was constantly quick saving. This game has 4 options to save when you pause it. You can save the game, well, not 4 options. You can save the game, you can quick save, you can quick load, and you can load the game. You know what I'm saying? So I usually pause and quick save after every battle, before I enter an area. You have to do that with this game's crashing. It crashes every time you load into an area. Sometimes it crashes in the middle of fights. And remember, this is a chess-like strategy kind of game. It is one of the easier ones. Like, this game is kind of easy compared to it is easy compared to XCOM, but it's easier if you're ever been interested in a top-down strategy RPG like this, and you can try to get over that gameplay that's kind of challenging and overwhelming. This game's overwhelming at first. You're gonna remake your characters and restart the game a few times because you're not satisfied with what you made. Even though later down the line you can remake characters constantly, and it is cool like that. But again, then that shit glitches sometimes. You have companions in this game. I only got to really use 2 or 3 companions, because you make your 4 characters, and then you have 2 extra companions that with people you get outside of the world. And you start off with 2 of them, and the 2 I started off with, Marshall Quan and Lucille Weston, I used the entire game. I never once switched them out because of the 2 times I tried. The other companions just did not load to be chosen. It was a glitch. It did not let me. Not that it mattered anyway. Lucille was probably my hardest hitting character. But anyway, like I said, this game crashes a million times. You gotta know that. Do not buy this game right now if you're gonna be upset with that. This is like a month after it came out. It came out with 2 or 3 patches while I was playing it. It never fixed the crashing. I don't know what the fuck it fixed. Not only is there crashing, sometimes players glitch. Sometimes players look weird. They make terrible noises. People disappear. Tons of bugs. You know what I'm saying? It's just got all those Fallout bugs. And but the worst of all is the absurd amount of crashing. You will crash in 2 hours. You'll probably crash 3 times at least every time. It's a consistent crash. You know. At some point, it's just a joke. My brother hasn't even really finished the game yet because it's just so. Every time he thinks about the game, he thinks about how it's gonna crash, and that just sucks. Um, but this game is glowing and blooming with charm. Like I said, every voice actor is insane. Excuse me. Every line is just so perfectly crafted. You wanna hear every line from everyone. You wanna get their backstories and find out why they're there. Just because the developers put the time into making that line sound so good for you. Um, the ending credits even had a really cool song that was like detailing your adventure, and I'm sure that song is completely different depending on the choices you made, which was really cool. The game does end kind of abrupt, but that's like with every RPG. Like Outer Worlds ends abrupt, and it just gives you an epilogue of things that happens. It wasn't hard by the end of the game. I felt extremely overpowered by the end of the game. At first, it was overwhelming, and then it gets really strong. I could have played on a harder difficulty than normal for sure. I was just one shotting things with my sniper and my shotgun or shotgunner. So yeah, I don't know. I would definitely suggest looking up some guides by like Maddie Plays for this or something if you're gonna get into it. Definitely know what you're getting into. Maybe even wait a long while for this game to get some patches. It does have co-op. I wouldn't dare try co-op with how much bugginess there is just playing by yourself. I could imagine what co-op's like. But maybe if this game gets a free PS5 upgrade or a free next gen upgrade or just even a year from now, if you want to replay this with a friend or play this with a friend in general a year from now, and I don't know how decision making works when you're playing with someone, but you could definitely do opposite of what you did when you played by yourself, and that's going to be really a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Armor overall and getting new armor and guns was a lot of fun, but nothing looked outstanding. Getting your gear was always cool to see the numbers grow and to feel stronger, but looks wise, cosmetically, didn't look insane or nothing. A lot of cool, funny side quests, a lot of cool, memorable moments in the side quests, not so much the main story. Like clones. Like there's this mad scientist that has clones, and you can even recruit him to go to your base. I forgot about that. You even have a base. That a picture gives you a base at the beginning of the game to recruit like doctors and people who own a museum and just mechanics. Recruits all types of people to come back to your base, and that's also you can arrest people. You can either arrest people yourself, kill them. Like the patriarch's sons or sons. He has two sons and a daughter. Victory, Valor, and Liberty. Yeah, those are the three. And the Patriarch is named the Patriarch. So it's very USA. And the theme is just so kind of cool and very American. And you'll be singing America, oh America. You're going to be singing that shit all the time while you're playing this game. Not because you're super patriotic, but the songs are just like super catchy, man. So the game has a solid soundtrack, and I wished it was just not filled with bugs. I wished it got a little bit longer of a story even. I wished it looked better overall in general. Some of the companions, I said I couldn't use them because they were bugged out, and that's true, but I also don't know if I would have anyway. There's just no point to give you this many companions. Especially when the first two they give you them two for so long, and you get attached to them. I don't know. The companions felt kind of pointless in the end. At least the extra ones. Even though I could definitely see liking them. I like them as characters, not as companions. It was really weird. So yeah, a lot of interesting decisions. You can definitely compare your ending to other people's endings and your playthroughs to other people's playthroughs. This game let me down in kind of a lot of ways because it was very hyped up. And it is really good and charming. It is filled to the brim with charm and every single ounce of dialogue. But I cannot recommend this right now in the technical state that it's at. I could not recommend this game in a billion years because of the strategy game that it is and how much it crashes. You can't save during combat. It's just it is frustrating. It made this review take a month longer than it fucking should have because I just didn't feel like playing the game sometimes, or it made the game go 60 hours long when it's really a 30-hour long experience. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, shit, I almost forgot the final verdict. I think this game, if it didn't have technical issues, was a 9 out of 10. With how bad they are, it's like a 7 out of 10, honestly. But to bring it up a little bit with how much I liked it and to meet in the middle there, my final verdict for this game is an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I know. I don't know how many 8 out of 10s I'd give, but it's a solid 8 out of 10. That's right where it belongs right now. It could have been better. It could be better. I'm excited for Wasteland 4. Got me interested in the series if it's not just an Xbox exclusive. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching my long-ass 15-minute video. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.